So as an example of vulnerability, I'll share something that's been on my mind, but not rehearsed. Rehearsed vulnerability is not vulnerability. So this weekend I was doing work around what has been light and what has been shadow in my life. And my in my upbringing, I grew up in a typical Jewish household, which is to say that I was doted on by my mother as the boy. And when I consider my youth, she was the brightest source of light, so bright that in comparison, everything was darkness. Everything else was dark. And when I left acting as an adult, I felt like my mother's light burnt out. And when I came to that recognition, there was a tremendous amount of emotion that welled up in me, and an awareness of how I shine light, and a concern of the ways that I could burn out. But a tremendous sadness over being the recipient of so much from my mother that she was depleted. So that's a piece that you may have a response to, right? Who the heck are you, guy, to like your poor mother? You can have all kinds of different reactions, but ideally the intention here by sharing is to create connection, to see how we are equal in our humanity. So in a business context, I'm certainly not suggesting that we want to just sit around and be vulnerable all day long, right? That's way too far on a swing of the pendulum. But having facilitated experiences where people can have that kind of depth of connection and see the ways in which they are human together, that offers opportunity that over the long term can provide tremendous dividends, right? So even in the example that I shared about being a light that's afraid of burning out, we all, even if we were to take that simple exercise and everyone was to express some of those experiences that they've had, it's great to know that I am someone who burns intensely, right? What might that mean in terms of a project or a team? Whereas other people maybe burn more consistently or at a level where other people are not overwhelmed. I can overwhelm people with that kind of light, right? With that kind of intensity. So understanding where we're each coming from and how life has prepared us for what we're doing together now, that creates a tremendous amount of awareness. Now you won't hold it against me when I come on too strong necessarily. You might be able to say, hey, Corey, you're doing that thing, and I think it's a little bit much for this scenario. And I can modulate, as opposed to, Corey, you're being a jerk. Like, what's going on with you? Like, you're freaking out our client right now, right? That's a whole different kind of tension. This kind of awareness creates much more empathy for one another and an understanding of, here's your gift and the place that it can be brought to what we're doing together.